Hey everyone, it's your boy Matt here. Look, this one's going to be in that genre of not so much off the cuff, but not necessarily articulate video, which not everyone needs to stick around and watch. But it's it's stuff that I need to talk about, so we're doing that today. So first of all, I really still have no regrets with the Ms. Pink incident. I think my behaviour was as ethical as I could behave in that situation, and it was just a fucked up situation. Secondly, there was a genuine therapeutic purpose for the activity at the start, when we were doing the early days of Taco as a project, where we were looking and like I was trying to experiment. Like I've got a social movement which is built on memes, and I mean that in the social science sense, not the internet meme kind of sense. I mean like as like a cultural component. I mean almost like a unit of measurement. That's how I'm thinking of it. Um, yeah, it's built on some yeah. Anyway, I wanted to kind of experiment and see what I could make. Okay, that's what I was doing, and it was intended. And there is theory regarding attachment theory and all kinds of stuff about what I thought would work. But the problem is that there wasn't any behavioural aspect to it. We weren't able to, and you needed to have, and it's not the approach I would. It's if I were to run that intervention again, I would have adjusted a few things. Now, and the other thing is that Miss Pink had like 4 or 5 therapists beforehand. I don't think people realise how few psychs there are in Canberra, and no one wants to work with these complex NDIS cases, which is terrible. It's mainly because it's less profitable. You can't charge a gap with the NDIS, and because there's a supply and demand problem with psychologists, and it's also a very technical and highly trained field, by the way. Like it's a lot of work to be able to get to a point where you can do the work. Because of that, all the psychs are working in places where they can make more money. All right. So the hardest clients go to the most junior psychs, and that's just how it is. That's just the system. That's just how this incentive structure works, right? So the other thing is, I was working with clients who were within my capability to work with supervision. Okay, I was not adequately supervised in my work. I was definitely working with clients which I was skilled enough to work with if I was better equipped. I'm a pretty smart cookie. I've got a lot of knowledge. I know what I'm doing. But I do need to be. I was at a point where I needed to be supervised and directed, and I was not adequately directed. And that was the responsibility of the management to provide that direction. So the management then fucked up really badly, and because they lacked moral character and were functioning under the wrong incentives, they ended up doing stupid shit, and instead of being able to take on their own accountability and fix the problem, they blamed me, on top of a whole lot of other incentives. So there's that. The other thing is, I'll leave that for this one. Have a good day, everyone.